Congratulations to the Gray family on your new Cougar fifth wheel, the 29 RLI. I'm excited to do the orientation video. I'm Steve from Lakeshore RV. Let's get going. Guys, welcome inside your Cougar fifth wheel, the 29 RLI. I'm going to give you a general overview of how things work, how things are positioned. We'll start right here at the dinette. You'll notice that the chairs are in the stow position. They are strapped down and tethered to the floor. In the slide out itself, there is a light control right here with a dimmer switch to control the lights in the slide out. Next to the dinette, we have the theater seating. These are recliners. They have heat and massage options right here. Heat, massage, and also a light. And you'll notice right at the top there's a USB port if you want to plug in and charge your phone. To recline, handle just on the inside, reclines out, and then to bring it back, just simply push it back with your legs. Same on both sides here. Towards the back, you'll notice the sleeper sofa. This will convert into a sleeping area, and then you do have outlets on both sides with USB ports. You'll notice this blue backlit switch. This is for the main cabin lights for the interior, and those are going to be all your ceiling lights. And that is also controlled through the in-command center, and I'll show you that as we finish up the inside. To make this into a bed, simply take off the two back cushions here. The couch itself will lift up, two legs underneath, bring it down, and the back cushion here simply folds down to complete the bed. To bring it back, obviously just reverse it. When you bring this up, fold the legs, and as you start to bring this down, it's going to want to by itself just fold back into position. Just like so. Next thing I'll show you guys is the great entertainment center for this Cougar fifth wheel, 50-inch Summit TV. It is a 4K television. You'll notice underneath it is a Furrion stereo. That is AM, FM, CD, DVD player. Also has Bluetooth capabilities if you want to sync your phone up. And then we have an electric fireplace just underneath here. And there's remotes for all three of these, but there's obviously also buttons to turn them all off and on. Next to the entertainment center, huge pantry. Has adjustable shelves in it, so you can position those shelves to anywhere you need to accommodate what you're going to put in here. Next to the pantry, you have your great kitchen area. You'll notice right here a 3-burner stovetop that's controlled by the 3 center dials. Spark ignition right here. A nice glass cover flips up out of the way, just like so. If you're to turn this on, you can see that the red's on, means gas is going. And simply spark ignition, and we're on right there. On the very end, this is going to be for the oven to set your temperature. Again, same spark ignition. Lights are right here. This light switch, if you push it up, will backlight the dials. If you push it down, it'll backlight the dials and also turn the oven light on. Next to the stove here, guys, is your 10 cubic foot. This is a 12-volt refrigerator. Huge capacity on it. The benefit of the 12-volt is it cools down much, much quicker than the gas electric RV fridge, and obviously 2 extra cubic feet. Guys, extra storage right here, just tons of storage throughout this entire kitchen area. And right here, and I'm going to show you what's behind this box as we come around just to the side here. So down at the base of the cabinet here, guys, this is going to be your converter box. So the AC power comes in, it'll convert it to 12 volt, which your slide out, your lights, your awning, the furnace blower motor will run off that. And then you can see your AC breakers just like you'd have at your house, and those are all labeled as well for your outlets, your AC units. Just above that, this is an LP carbon monoxide detector. If you hear that going off, obviously get out of the camper as soon as possible and then investigate to see what has set that off. Let's go up to the bathroom here. Guys, inside the bathroom, you'll notice the foot flush toilet. Purple's just the antifreeze in it. To flush the commode, simply just push with your foot and then that will flush the commode. You'll notice the travel lock position right here for the door. For the shower, you want to make sure that's all the way locked and in travel position as you're going down the road so that your doors don't bang around. One other thing to show you here, guys, is there is a GFI outlet just next to the sink. If that outlet's not working or you have other outlets that aren't working, just make sure that hasn't tripped. Guys, up in the bedroom, you have your wardrobe slide here. Tons of storage. You have a hanging rod underneath as well as drawers underneath the hanging rods, and then ample storage above and on the side of the beds. You'll notice nightstands on both sides of the bed with AC outlets and also USB ports to plug in your phones or other devices. Full residential queen bed right here, 60 by 80, so you can do normal linen. Great storage underneath as well. Last thing to show you here in the bedroom, guys, is light switch. It's just gonna be for the lights, the ceiling lights. This right here is a temperature probe to tell you what the temperature is. This has 2 ACs, so it is in 2 different zones. You can set the temperature for the bedroom and the main cabin. And then also place for television. If you want to hook up a TV, there is a wood backer right here that you can screw into with your hookups just above. Last thing I'm going to show you on the inside is the in-command center. Let's take a look. Guys, one of the great features of the Cougar products is this in-command center. And what this is going to do is operate everything from the lights, the slide outs, your awning, the heating and cooling, hot water heater, and so on. So what I'm going to do is touch screen. So if you touch it, your default passcode is going to be 40. So 0000. This will open up the main menu. Along the bottom, you can see the state of the battery. It's at 14.3 volts. Water pump, if you want to turn that on, just simply touch water pump. You can see how illuminated around it. That means it's on. Hot water heater right here. See, it's in the off position. You can choose gas, electric, or gas and electric to heat it up even a little bit quicker. To get back to the other menu, back arrow right here. And then interior lights. Obviously, you can see where that illuminates around that those are on. Down here, you can actually operate that without turning the whole in-command center on. So if you walk in, want lights, you can just click lights really quick. We'll start with the heating and cooling. The top options here. The front AC, now I showed you in the bedroom there, the little temperature probe. Right now it's saying it's 70 degrees in there. The front AC, if you want to turn that on, you can turn the fan on. That'll just run the fan of it, or you can turn it on, the AC unit on to cool. You can see that the zone is 70 degrees. It's set at 78 degrees. Touch that up or down to adjust the temperature. So if we put it at 69, now that front AC will kick on. And then from there, you can just select it again and that will turn it off. To the right, this will be the rear AC. Now the rear AC also operates the furnace. You can see it's on cool right now. It's set down to 55. Again, we can adjust the temperature. The zone's at 73. The temperature probe for the main compartment here is actually just above the in-command right there. It's on cool. Another really neat option, but you can turn it on automatic. And the automatic is you set the temperature to where you want it. The zone temperature is where it's at, and it's going to figure out if it needs to turn the AC on to cool it down to the 70 degrees, or if it was colder than 70, it would turn the furnace on to get it up to 70. And then we're back off. So now you can do a schedule. If you wanted to set up a time for it to turn on and turn off, you can do that right through here. So we'll go back out. Lights is going to be the next option. Pretty self-explanatory. We have the bedroom lights, ceiling lights, you can see those are on, and then also for the awning lights, that's going to be the LED light strip under the awning. Slides and awnings, again, pretty self-explanatory on these. Wardrobe slide, kitchen slide, dinette sofa slide, and then you have your front and rear awning. To operate it, if you just touch out, keep your finger on it, and it will go out. And then to bring them in, same thing, just hold it, and it will come in and stop automatically for the awnings. Same with the slide out too. You'll know when they're all the way in, it will just stop moving in or out. The next setting is actually going to be for settings. Now this here, the cool thing with it is if you go to your app store for your Apple or Android and you just search in command Global Connect, you can download the app, and what that will allow you to do is everything I'm showing you on this in command you'll be able to do right off your phone. You can sync it Bluetooth with your phone, and then Wi-Fi. The cool thing about this is, let's say you're at a park, you can get into the park Wi-Fi, and essentially you can use this whole device as a smart appliance. Kind of like how you can dial into your house if you have like a Nest thermostat, you can adjust temperature up and down. Passcode, if you wanted to change that, this is where you would do that. Floor plan, really nothing to do with that. Edit and notifications, guys, really nothing that you're gonna have to do. Calibration, again, not anything for you. Brightness, you can change that if you want. Information, software, Global Connect, again, these are just things service related, really nothing that you'll have to do. And then time and date, like I said, if you want to change that, you can see where it's set right now. You can go ahead and adjust that right here. And again, that would be so you have an accurate time and date, but also if you wanted to schedule that heating and cooling, you could do it right there. Above where it says fresh, that's your fresh water tank, black tank. two gray tanks. One is for the bathroom, one is for the kitchen area. But if we just touch any of these, what it's going to do is it's going to display the content. So as these tanks fill up, it'll turn color right here, and it'll actually turn blue, and it will show you the contents of the tank. The tank heaters, just simply push and those turn on. Those are the 12-volt heat pads for the tanks, and that's gonna pretty much cover the in command, guys. There's other videos out there, but once you do this once or twice, you're gonna get around pretty quick. The convenience of this is you do not have all the different buttons on the wall. Everything's into this in command. Guys, the outside of your Cougar, right at the entrance is where I'm going to start. You'll notice that the Lippert solid step is on this, and these steps actually fold up inside the doorway here to the camper. See this lever right here? And it locks just behind these little bars right here. Now, one thing you want to make sure of is you can see these have little kind of wings, I like to call them, but as this comes down, you want to make sure the door is all the way open. Otherwise, this would have the potential of catching on the framing of the screen door. So make sure the door is all the way open. Like I said, to bring it in, just like so, bring it out, unlock it. It'll go directly down to the ground. Next to the entranceway, you'll notice the huge pass-through storage on this, guys. Inside here, this is your 50 amp cord. Obviously, it's detachable. It's about a 20-foot cord. We're also going to include for you the 50 amp down to 30 amp adapter, and then also from 30 down to just 3-prong to where you can plug it in at the house. And that way, if you wanted to maybe charge the batteries, run some lights, you go ahead and plug it in at home. Just inside here, outlet, this is going to be, if you want to hook anything up outside, there is also for TV out, satellite, cable, and antenna if you want to hook a television up. This light right here, there's a switch on it, but it is also motion sensor. So as you go by, it will kick on. Now the in command, I had just showed you that on the inside there. There's a couple of manual ways to operate the slide outs and also the awning if the display isn't working properly. So if we just take this cover off right here, guys, and you'll notice this is labeled M1 through M5. Your first 3 are going to be the motors for the slide out. So you can select which one you would need. And then to bring them in and out, this is the execution button right here, out, in. So you can basically go to whatever motor you're going to need to operate and then go ahead in and out. So I want to show you that just in case you're in command. I haven't had an issue yet where anybody had to use this, but just so you're aware of where this is at. Moving along to the side here, guys, you have two 30-pound tanks. There's one on each side, regulators over on the other side. Right up front, your spare tire is going to be in the front compartment along with the 12-volt battery. And then you'll notice just to the side, there's an exterior light and then also what they call docking lights. And these lights are actually going to be for the front cab. Those are controlled. I'll show you real quick. Just with these switches right here, guys. Want to turn them off, turn them on. As we come back around to the side, your other LP tank is right here. Again, these are 30-pound tanks, guys, so that's something you'll have to go get filled. Regulator is right there. This is really cool. So continuation of the pass-through storage. I'll start right here. This is where all your hookups are going to be. You have an external shower, and that's what your coil hose is right here. This is a quick connect to the top fitting there, and then the other end is just a garden hose attachment, like a sprayer or whatever you would want to use. To winterize, you can see where the hot water bypass is. That's on. The guys are actually winterizing. They just got done prepping. So winterization on, hot water bypass on, and then winterization right through there. So if you cut off a piece of hose, put it in an antifreeze jug, it will draw out of there. The winterization will divert it. Hot water bypass will bypass this hot water tank, so you don't have to put 6 gallons of antifreeze in it. Just below that is your city water connection right there. That's going to be if you're at a park that has water hookup. Tank flush, that is for the black tank. Your sewer tank will help jet out any waste in that. And then below that you have your pull for your black tank and your gray tank. That's going to be for the bathroom area. And then the other gray tank pull is just going to be on the side of the camper, and I'll show you that in a minute. Just inside the pass-through storage, you're going to notice there's a blue box. That is going to be the solar controller. This has a 200-watt solar panel on it, and the solar controller basically takes that solar power and will help charge up the battery. There's nothing to do, there's no switches, and it will shut off when the battery's charged. Just below that is going to be the electric leveling system. There's instructions on the side here, but essentially there is an on button that you'll push. You can automatically level, you can work all of the jacks independently. me. As we're moving along to the side here, you have your furnace exhaust. Just be mindful when those are running, they're gonna be extremely hot that you don't wanna brush up against or put anything against it. Just below that, you can see where your waste valve is. That's gonna be for your black tank and your 2 gray tanks. And then there's a sticker right here for the gray tank, and that's gonna be for the galley. And that's just tucked right up underneath there. You can see the pull for that. As we come around to the back side of the camper, guys, you're gonna notice in the rear corner, this is where you're gonna fill your fresh water tank if you wanna do that. Basically, the diameter of this, you can stick a garden hose in it. There's a vent next to it, so when it fills up, the overflow will just come out. And that's where you're gonna fill the fresh water tank. So if you're at a park that doesn't have a water connection, go ahead and draw off that and then turn the water pump on. Power cord is gonna connect right back here. Again, that is 50 amp. If you're gonna run just one AC, you can go ahead and run this camper right off 30 amp, but it is a 50 amp cord. Ladder up to the top. Full walkable roof on it, guys. Get up there, check the seals, the caulking up there, make sure everything's good. If it needs to be redone, make sure that's addressed. Same on the sides. You can see where the silicone caulking is, guys. Any caulking points on this is just normal maintenance that you're gonna wanna do. The manufacturer is gonna recommend every 90 days. I would say just about all of the water leaks that we hear about and really in the industry is just from lack of maintenance. So you want to make sure you do that. I know you've had campers before, so this isn't new to you, but just to remind you. On the back here is a 2-inch receiver hitch, and that is rated up to 300 pounds if you want to put a bike rack off the back of that. Rear awning, and then you can see the LED light strip underneath it, and then your main camping awning was right up here by the door. Right here, and then again, LED light strip over that. Your outside speakers are up there as well. But guys, I am really excited for you. We appreciate your business. If you ever need anything, I'm a phone call away. You can reach me at 231-736-9162. Again, Steve from Lakeshore RV. Thank you much, guys.